Hello, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Nasty here. Welcome to a new episode of The Road to Glory. I'm changing things up once again. Blue t-shirt. What? Anyway, getting on into episode number 17 of The Road to Glory. Can you believe it? We've made it so far already. It's madness. Obviously, if you missed last episode, you're going to wonder what the hell this crazy looking team is. And obviously, this is my new super team. I've decided to try and put all of my coins into like one main squad rather than have a couple teams. Although I do have a couple of teams. This is the other one, but it features a few of the same players and stuff like that. So it's not really a big deal. Or players that I already had in the club anyway. So squad battles. I tweeted out the other day that I had a lot of family stuff going on at the weekend and that my squad battles had dipped into gold and I hadn't even touched the weekend league, and that annoyed me a bit because obviously I do want to do these things for the account, and eventually I did manage to get back up to Elite 3 on Sunday evening. I just sort of pulled away and then and went and completed some squad battles just so I could get comfortably into Elite 3, which is good because we get 20,000 coins and 3 pretty cool packs. The first one we don't really get anything good. It's not an amazing pack at all, really. It's just a few different players. There's a silver player from Liga NOS that might sell for a bit. But it's when we open this rare gold pack right here, which is a 25k back, you can see that we get the light bar, we get the drop down. It's a Spanish centre mid from Man United, someone that I've wanted to buy for a while now on this account. It is Ander Herrera, which basically, as soon as we pulled him, it gave me the green light to go ahead and pick up the other player that I wanted to buy alongside buying him. Now, I'm pretty sure I would have had the coins to buy a player like this. He's like a 20k player or something like that. So that, alongside the other rewards that we've got here, there's 3,000 coins in this pack. Fitness cards, we got 20,000 coins as well. As soon as I pack that player there, that has made squad battles for the past week completely and utterly worth it. Profitable. I reckon we've come away with over 50,000, well, way over 50,000 coins from this week's squad battles rewards, which is absolutely brilliant, and I really do like that. And then, unfortunately, the last pack wasn't like a drop down or anything. It is a Brahimi, though, 82 rated player, and of course, there are a couple of other things in the pack that we can go ahead and sell on. I mean, Bartra, I believe in just a little while I decide to use him in the Marquee matchups. So this is the other player. I decided that while squad battles rewards were out, maybe a cheap version would come up. Mkhitaryan. So I was sniping the market trying to get one for 36,000 coins. One did pop up and I was able to get him. And look, he's a nice fresh one as well, which is obviously, I mean, that just affects FUTWIZ Dan. I don't care if he's got games played on him or if he's a fresh card or what. A couple of position modifiers later, I am able to bring this guy up to a right forward, and in my main team I can switch it from Bakayoko and Willian to Ander Herrera and Mkhitaryan, which I think is something that I've wanted to do for like 5 episodes now, in the background sort of thinking maybe that could work, because I'm thinking maybe going back to the 4-1-2-1-2 in-game could be a good idea. And having Mkhitaryan at right forward means that I can actually play him at centre mid. He's got good enough stats for that particular position, and I've seen a lot of people play him there. And Willian wouldn't have been a good centre mid. But of course, we've got Del Piero, Martial and Mertens. So Willian in the team as well, like another forward player. That was forcing me to use that 4-2-3-1, whereas I think someone like Mkhitaryan with the 4-star skill and 5-star weak foot in the squad could be very, very useful. So that's something that we can play about with. I don't have to sell Bakayoko or Willian just yet. I've got some cool players in the club. I've got enough coins to keep me going. I did some bronze pack method for around sort of 10,000 coins worth and packed only a couple of good things. Like this particular Turkish guy was like 4,000 coins, so I'll definitely take that. But other than that, it's just stuff to store in the club that will be worth something, hopefully, along the way with marquee matchups, other SBCs, you name it, that would be good. So, I went ahead and did the marquee matchups from, the most recent one. You're seeing this on Wednesday, so there'll be a new one out since then. However, this was last week's one, and It was this one that cost me a lot. I don't even know why I paid so many coins for the Aussies and the Melbourne players. Like, it makes me feel sick now that I've actually done it. But I had pretty much everything else. I had to buy one Leipzig player, one Dortmund player, because I already had stuff in my club. And then, obviously, a couple of Aussies or Melbourne guys. And so, overall, it cost me like 20,000 coins to buy everything that I needed. And then I had stuff. So obviously the total cost of this SBC was high because of the Australian players. But on my main account, I packed someone pretty good. I can't even remember who it was. Who did I pack? I got an Inform and then Ozil and David Silva in the same pack. So I wanted the overall pack that this Marquee Matchups gives you as the reward for completing all of it, which was like a premium or a Prime, Electro, I don't know, something half decent, all rares, and then some silvers and golds in there as well. So the first pack we get wasn't a success. We get 3 players that, I mean, yeah, fine, they can go in the club. We do get a full-on consumables pack, which is always good. Like, those rare consumables packs, people never get excited about them. But the squad fitness and healing cards are very, very useful on an account like this. So the next pack, I do manage to get myself an 82 rated French cam. That is Nabil Fekir. So that's a good pull. You know, 86 dribbling on him. I'm not sure if he's worth anything or not. But along the way, maybe he will be. And, you know, he could go into a future team, perhaps. Because I think he's quite a good player. Although he has been absolutely done. He used to have a lot more pace, and he's been screwed out of that pace this year. And then this next pack here, I don't get the light bars, don't get a drop down, which sucks. I get a Spanish CDM from Southampton, which is, of course, Romeu. That's not what you want. You know, that was one of my bigger packs, and it was a rare gold pack. That's the same pack as we got that Ander Herrera in, so I was expecting a higher caliber. And then the final pack here, we don't get anything once again. We get no light bars, and we get like a 78 rated or 79 rated player from the Turkish league, which, I don't know, like, I was hoping for more. That was the pack where I got the good players on my main account on last week's Marquee Matchup. So I was banking on getting something good from that. It didn't happen. If I sold all of that stuff, yeah, I would like break even from Marquee Matchups. But it, for now, looks like I've lost about 20,000 coins. But of course, I have got a whole new bunch of players in the club to use for future SBCs. It was just silly of me to spend so much on the Aussies. So, the Weekend League. Obviously, you're watching this on, like, Wednesday, so you're probably wondering how you're playing the Weekend League. Well, obviously, it got extended. I mentioned to you guys earlier that don't expect the Weekend League to be a major thing in this series for me. One, I find it super stressful, and it makes me a horrible person. I don't enjoy it. And two, the timing on the weekends is not great for me. But it did get extended this week. Due to, I guess, some server issues or matchmaking issues that happened on Friday night, I think. So it was still live on Monday, and Monday is the start of my week. I'd managed to get a little bit ahead on videos, so I had a couple or 3 hours to pump in to the Weekend League to get hopefully some alright rewards. You know, if I can aim just to get like 5 wins or something out of a couple of hours worth of play, then that would be great. You know, I'd come away with, I think, like a 25k pack and like 7,500 coins. Easy rewards to top my club up. But there's no way that I'll get like 40 games in. There's other stuff to be done. And it's like within a 24-hour period. Although I think a lot of people have played the whole 40 games in like a short period of time, all in one go before. They must be good people that get a lot of rage quits, right? I can't imagine you could actually play like 40 games of FIFA, some of them going into extra time. I don't know, like how long would that actually take? What is the actual like hours that it would take? I'm not too sure. But we lose our first game, 3-1. So I wasn't too happy, I wasn't too confident going on into the next game. But this team is a lot more beatable than the one we just played. It doesn't have Werner and Lewandowski. It has like Firmino, who, yeah, he's a great player, but he's not like one of those OP, very pacey players to come up against. And when I go 1-0 up in the 34th minute, I was a little bit confident, like playing the ball round quite nicely in this particular game. A nice goal from outside the box from Mertens there. He then plays it down to Gulam, who cuts inside and then plays it across goal to Martial, who then, well, just manages to nutmeg the keeper somehow. I'm struggling with goalies at the moment. A lot of the time I'm struggling to score, and I keep facing like super keepers. And then other times, like a goal like that will go in, where it goes straight through his legs, and they feel like they're not even there. And a lot of the time, my keepers feel awful. And obviously, you sort of recognise and you notice that more than the great saves that they make. But yeah, it's weird. Keepers right now are one of the things that are probably like the most game-breaking, or one of the things which make FIFA the least enjoyable would probably be something like the keepers right now. And then, of course, there's a lot of goals from kickoff. It seems like something's boosted around kickoff, or the positioning of defences is not good. And there's a lot of goals straight off kickoff. But we get a rage quit, and I am able to get my first win on the board. So we go 1-1. So still not confident, not sure where we're at in the weekend league. But we are 1 win and 1 loss. And then it takes literally 3 minutes for my new opponent here with the 4-4-2 Spanish team to go 1-0 up against me. I was always going to struggle against a guy like this who had the likes of David Silva and stuff, which normally are not great players. They don't fit the meta of the game, but they're very, very good at passing and dribbling. And if you have a patient player who is very patient and good at passing and all of that sort of stuff, you could be in serious trouble. So I go 2-0 down, but Del Piero was able to get a goal back for me here to make it 2-1. So I didn't rage quit this game. I decided to keep playing on, because there's always a chance with FIFA 18. Mkhitaryan and Berber spins inside. De Gea just gets there, but it drops out to Mertens. Very, very fortunate for me. And a few minutes later, I'm able to secure the equaliser in this particular game. 62 minutes on the clock. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We've turned this game around quite early in the second half and brought it back on level terms. Look at the clock in the top corner. I was just on about kickoff goals, right? 63 minutes. 1 minute later, he was able to run straight down the other end. I changed to my defender, and it almost like ran him out. And it was just awful positioning, and he was able to score a goal. Look at the clock now. 64th, just turned into the 65th minute. I was then able to run up the other end and score the equaliser again, straight from kickoff. So there has been 3 goals in a matter of like 2 or 3 FIFA minutes in this game, which is kind of strange. 5 minutes later, he goes down the other end and scores again to make it 4-3. And Iago Aspas was just untouchable, apparently, and Rodrigo was great as well. Eventually, he goes and scores another goal, a 5th goal, and that sort of makes it a little bit difficult to come back from. I do get one back here with Martial, but that is all she wrote, and that particular game is going to just go down as a frustrating loss. It could have gone so differently. All I needed to do was score the kickoff goal after he scored a goal, and then I would have kept keeping up with him and maybe broke away and got a win. But this Foot Founder did end up beating me 5-4 in a very even match. It was just a weird one, you know. It just happens from time to time. I was frustrated though, I'm not going to lie. I may have hit the desk a little bit and bruised my hand somewhat, because that's what I do. I get stupidly stressed when I play this game. It's not fun a lot of the time. But I go 1-0 up against my next opponent here. He has the classic Prem team. It's a 4-3-1-2, the likes of Gabriel Jesus. He's got I believe, like, not Usman, Moussa Dembele, like, Bakayoko, all of the players that you would expect to see. And then he gets this very, very lucky goal on the stroke of half-time, which gets deflected off of Jonathan Tah, meaning that the keeper can't quite get his hand to it. Gabriel Jesus was able to stick that one in the back of the net. Into the second half, then Mertens plays it through to Del Piero. Great first touch and a lovely 5-star weak foot finish. Puts me back up 2-1 in this game, and that took like a while. It took like 30 minutes of the second half in order to get that goal. So there was a lot of end-to-end stuff, a lot of play in the middle of the park where it was quite difficult to break each other down, and eventually I come away with a 2-1 win, and that was hard fought. So we get our second win, but we've also had 2 losses. So right now I'm 2-2, and again, still not got a clue where I'm at in the weekend league. Sometimes I just lose, sometimes I get convincing wins, sometimes they're hard fought wins, sometimes they're hard fought games which end up in a loss. So it's a struggle. It's a real stressful struggle, I'm not going to lie. I go 1-0 up in this next match with Martial. I'd already paused it because I forgot to do it right at the start of the game. I obviously changed my formation, moved my players around and stuff, and I forgot to do that. You can do it just before kickoff, but 80% of the time I forget, and then of course you've got to wait. You've got to cue your pause nowadays. But Del Piero plays it short to Mertens, who whips it into the box, and Jonathan Tah is there to head the ball past Claudio Bravo to put me 2-0 up in the 36th minute. And I had been peppering this guy's goal quite a bit, and I felt like I was doing pretty well. So once I saw him pause there, I figured, yeah, we're going to get a first half rage quit, which is brilliant for me. It means I sort of like lose a game on Del Piero because, well, you know, he doesn't get to play as much for me. He's only a lone player, so he's sort of dwindling away. And then we go into almost like another one of those Prem teams, Dele Alli, Bakayoko, Dembele, Gabriel Jesus, Rashford. And this guy, this was probably the most tense match of FUT Champions I've had so far. This game was like, it was like a mind game. Honestly, the amount of clutch blocks that both of us did was absolutely mad. My keeper going massive there to save it against an on-running Rashford. Del Piero not hitting the target with that particular shot. And then right in the 90th minute, Martial plays it across, and Del Piero forces a great save out of Ederson, who I've got to say was a man on a mission to stop me from scoring in this particular game. But looking at the stats, you could say my opponent probably deserved to win. This one goes into extra time, and I'd say the substitutes I made were decent, and it allowed me to attack a little bit more freely. I got a few attempts on goal here, play it back to Mkhitaryan, and I absolutely bottled all of my chances. It was crazy. His substitute Morata plays it into his substitute Antonio, forcing a massive save from my goalkeeper, and then Del Piero plays one into Heung-min Son in the 115th minute, and we are able to score a goal, run off celebrating in what is the craziest game of FUT Champions, or just the most tense. You could say it's boring because it's like literally it was 0-0 for so long, and eventually the ref blows the final whistle, and that was the hardest earned and well fought win that I had in FUT Champs this week. My God, great game to whoever that was that I played. It literally could have and should have gone either way, and luckily for me, it was in my favour in that particular instance. So then I go into this particular game right here against a French squad, a couple of Prem players in there, but overall just mainly a French team. And he spent the first few minutes just passing it around the back, holding possession. I'm not sure what's the point, you know, it's just boring. Look at this, oh yeah, very fun. Play it around your defence. And then he decided to attack a little bit, and he nearly scored a goal, but a good save and a good block from my goalkeeper and midfielder were able to stop that one from going in. Del Piero, ball rolls it past the defender, forces a save out of Jackie Butland. But Anthony Martial, who is crazy OP once again this year, was there to slide that one into the back of the net. And why Butland dives down rather than across there, yeah, I will never know. I got kind of lucky, I would say, in that particular goal. Del Piero, Berber spins Mangala, goes for the ball roll, plays it into Mertens. He wants it back. He's then got so much space that ball's flying into the bottom corner. And that is going to put me 2-0 up in this game. And I'm feeling it. I am playing well at this point. He was probably the most boring player I've ever played. Really like not sprinting, just passing the ball around the back and stuff like that. Really slow build-up play. But I was able to hit him really hard 3 times, go 3-0 up, another solid goal from Del Piero, who literally is just the difference sometimes between losing and winning. So if you haven't already done this, I don't want to recommend that you go and do the SBC, because I don't want to come up against loads of Del Pieros, because he's that good. But of course, he is that good. Like if you got to spare 10 to 15k for 20 games on Del Piero, yeah, it's totally worth it. So, I was able to come away after 7 games there in the weekend league and get the 5 wins that I was hoping for in the 2 to 3 hour period of time that I was able to play some of this tournament. So, we are going to get we got both Squad Battles rewards and FUT Champs rewards coming this time, which is brilliant. Obviously, you've just seen the Squad Battles rewards in this video, and then we've got to wait until Thursday night to get our 25k pack for these easy, quick 5 wins. So there you have it, guys. I was able to play a little bit of the weekend league thanks to the extension this week. Let me know if you guys played any and what record you had. Thanks so much for watching. Smash a like on the video if you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a good one. Catch you next time, guys. Peace.